Market activity continues to slow down, but how bad is it? We'll take a look at the data coming up next. Hey, what's going on, friends? Welcome back to this month's market update. We're going to take a look at the data from last year in the month of September and then this year, and then take a look at and compare the sales data more specifically month after month to see what the slowdown actually looks like if you put it into context pre-COVID. So first, we're going to run through these real quick and just show we're seeing the similar trend that we've seen the last couple of months, where we are seeing a reduction in the number of sales, right? So if you look at the current sales across the Big Island at 202, last month it was 205, a year ago it was 207, and this is just in the residential market. So these are the number of homes that are selling month after month. Median price though continues to be up, even compared to last month and a year ago. The median price is still higher. So as I've been saying, the median price is not falling necessarily. The number of sales are falling, but the median price is not falling. And then final listed sold price is declining. So we've been seeing a lot of this lately, where there are some reductions in the overall price of properties because they were listed too high to begin with, right? So as sellers are seeing that they are not getting offers on their property, they're having to bring the price down, and the final listed sold price is not holding as it was closer to 100% like it was a year ago. So this is the residential data. Getting into the condo data, same thing, huge reduction in the number of current sales, right? So a year ago, 82 properties sold, right? Now this current month, 47. Last month it was 58. So the number of condos that are selling is falling pretty dramatically. But again, median price is holding. So it is a little bit lower, 590 versus 597 last month. But it was 467 a year ago. So median price is still up significantly from a year ago in the condo market. And final listed sold price is still pretty strong too. So we're seeing this across the board. Condo market is still very, very strong and still very competitive, very low inventory on the condo market. On the land market, same thing. Sales way down, 178 versus 204 last month and 240 the month previous. And the median price, interesting, this is the only segment of the market where the median price is lower than it was a year ago and a month ago. Still pretty close to where it was, 39,000 versus 43 and 42, but the only market segment where median price has reduced. And then final listed sold price, still very high. Last year, the land can kind of be all over the place in terms of some outliers pulling this data down, but for the most part, about the same final listed sold price, 96%, as it was a year ago. And so I also added this slide. It's not the best in terms of the size of the numbers, but this is going to illustrate, if you look at the number of sales, and I wanted to look at, if we go back to 2019, pre the crazy COVID years of 2020 and 2021, and look at the number of sales, because I have been saying, and I want to back it up with data, that we are really just going back to pre-COVID levels of sales. So it feels like a slowdown, it feels like a big reduction, but the reality is we're just going back to pre-COVID levels. In general, around 5,000 homes or properties sold on the Big Island previous to COVID, 2017, 2018, 2019. That number jumped up to like 7,000 during the COVID years. And now we're trending back towards that 5,000 number, which is a totally normal, healthy market. And if you look at this kind of illustrates, so this is the number of sales per month if you start in September of 2022 and September of 2019 and then run it back 12 months. If you look in 22, we're still at a higher number of sales per month than we were in 2019. In August of 22, it was 470, about the same as it was in 2019. And then still about the same here. So the last couple of months when things really slowed down, we're really right at those 2019 levels in terms of the number of sales that are happening. And this might be showing that things are not necessarily going to slow down and maybe picking back up. There was kind of this pause here when interest rates first started to rise, people pulled back. But if you go further back in the year, you can see the difference, right? If you go further back in the year, the height was 715 properties sold in March of 22 versus 446. So if you look, this kind of number is like between that 370 and 450 mark is a normal year in terms of number of properties that sell every month. That number was inflated, above 500, 600, 700 in some months during the COVID timeframes, because this is from October of 21 through September of 22. But for the most part, we're going back to similar types level of sales, number of sales every month as we were in previous to the COVID years. And then if we look at the inventory versus under contract, as we do every month, same trend that we've been seeing, right? Active listings in 21 was significantly lower than they are today. We're at almost 2,000 active listings across the island. Under contract, significantly lower. We had 1,321 and 825 today. And then months of inventory, although it's starting to rise, still very low in terms of a balanced market. We need to be closer to 6 months of inventory before we're at a balanced market. So still technically a seller's market if you look at the months of inventory. But if you have any questions and you need any information about your specific area, you need an analysis of your property, you can always reach out, book a meeting at the link below, or reach out to Dylan at buybigIsland.com. That's your market update for this month. I'll see you guys next month. Aloha.